in the arrest of two men who we believe to be involved in the incident, and they were arrested on weapons charges. At this point, we do need the community's help. We are looking for 3 individuals who we believe may be related to the shooting. We sent out the pictures of these 3 people who we believe are involved, so we are asking the community to please look at those pictures. If you notice who they may be, recognize anything about them, so please call police, and you can also remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers. We did want to give an update on the victims. All of them are still in stable condition. 3 were released and 6 still remain in the hospital. We've also got questions about additional officers. During any special event or holiday weekend, we do have additional officers that are here to help with the additional people who are coming to the beach. That was the case last night as well. Our officers did hear the shots, and sort of at the same time as those 911 calls were coming in, our officers were responding and trying to help the victims in need. At this point, that's all I have on my end, and I'm going to introduce Mayor Josh Levy, City of Hollywood.
Thank you, Deanna. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I want to thank the Hollywood Police Department for the update that was just given by the Public Information Officer. Certainly reassuring to myself and the public that the Hollywood Police Department acted so quickly in apprehending and detaining 2 persons yesterday who were in possession of firearms and are now detained on gun charges. It's something that's certainly not ordinary to be carrying a weapon here on Hollywood Beach. And so I'm reassured that the police have also recovered 5 weapons in total as of yesterday, and that the investigation is proceeding very rapidly. I'm very confident that we will apprehend those 3 persons that the PIO had mentioned the police were in search of. When you do something like this in broad daylight with CCTV cameras up and down our Broadwalk, you will be identified and you will be caught and brought to justice. We're not going to tolerate this kind of behavior in a beautiful beach setting. We're a very peaceful city, and we will not tolerate people coming into our city behaving in this way with no regard to people that are in harm's way, with innocent bystanders being injured like they were yesterday. I want to also express our support to the families and to the victims who are currently still at the hospital being treated. Hopefully they make a quick and easy recovery here in this difficult circumstance. So our thoughts are with them, our support is with them. And I want to thank everyone, again, who supported yesterday. We saw Good Samaritans rendering aid right away, police and paramedics right away rendering aid, being transported to the hospital, nurses, doctors at Joe DiMaggio Children's and also Memorial Regional Hospital getting to quick trauma response, and everyone being stabilized to the greatest extent possible. So we have a lot to be thankful for. We have a strong community, a resilient community, and we have a very inviting community. But that doesn't mean that anyone can come in here and take advantage of our peaceful, beautiful gathering place, Hollywood Beach, and come in here and act in a criminal fashion. It's never happened before, and we sure as hope to God that it won't happen again. We'll be happy to answer any questions.
Well, there's got to be just a gut feeling that you get knowing this happened on the beach, innocent people all around. Talk about that.
Well, think about it. It's pretty crazy, right? In broad daylight, in the middle of a holiday weekend with thousands of people on one of the busiest public beaches in the country, for people to come in and suddenly start shooting at each other in broad daylight. Who does that? You wonder, what kind of people our society is raising for them to be so, so inclined to act in such a criminal way. Yesterday I used the word reckless. Let's use the word criminal. It's something we shouldn't tolerate as a country.
Mayor, you touched on this a little bit, but you mentioned the cameras all along the Broadwalk here. We did see Hollywood Police going business to business. Can you elaborate a little bit more? What are they doing exactly today?
Well, I'll speak generally because it's pretty clear, right? Police have a variety of investigative techniques. One of the obvious ones is capturing any surveillance video that might be available. That includes people who might have cell phone video on their phone or stationary cameras that might be operated by the police department or neighboring businesses. We have a community that always shares information with one another. Certainly if the police knock on your door and say, can we take a look at what your cameras might have captured, our businesses are more than happy to share that, and sometimes it proves very helpful and critical. Yes. So the information I have right now, as far as the 2 people that were detained, they're not from the city of Hollywood. They're from other cities in South Florida.
Do you know if the people shot were involved in the Arctic altercation, or they were involved in the shooting itself? The 9 people that were shot.
Well, I believe certainly innocent bystanders were included in those injured yesterday.
But were some of them involved in the altercation or the shooting itself?
I'll let the police answer that when the time is right.
Mr. Mayor, how long did it take for the police to arrive to the scene?
I saw police here within minutes.
Mr. Mayor, the
Yes.
two other fatalities on this beach.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mayor, the three people that you're still looking for, do you believe that they were also gunmen or just part of those groups that were involved in this?
Could be a combination of both, but the police had released photos of two persons that are identified as shooters. The video shows the people who fired shots. So certainly the video speaks for itself. Those people ought to be ready to be apprehended.
Mr. Mayor?
What is your message to the business community here? I spoke with a business earlier that actually two businesses, and they're worried about the business going forward into the summer months, and also about the security here. So is the city offering any resources to the business community here on the boardwalk?
So look, our beach is busy, and certainly part of a busy beach is to have proper public safety that patrols the beach on an ongoing basis year-round. In years past, we've increased the number of police officers and also community service officers on the beach to ensure that all of our ordinances are followed and people don't behave in an unruly way. That'll continue. Certainly, any situation results in an after-action report that has the city looking at perhaps what we could do even more so. That after-action debriefing will take place. I'm going to be calling a meeting of the City Commission next week to discuss security matters. That will be a closed meeting since it is going to be discussing security matters, but we take this very seriously and we will do anything we need to improve security that we can do, we will do. But I want everyone to know Hollywood Beach is a very peaceful place, but for this circumstance that took place yesterday, ordinarily you'd see thousands of people enjoying the beach, enjoying the water in a peaceful way. Sure, there's a lot of people, but those lots of people act peacefully as normal people in society that are here to enjoy a day on the beach.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes. I'm sorry.
follow-up question. The patrols that were on duty yesterday, was it typical numbers for the police department on a Memorial Day? Was it lower, higher, and today, how many patrols have been stepped up?
Oh, even higher. As the chief had mentioned, we had dozens of police officers assigned to Hollywood Beach over the Memorial Day weekend, and that's the reason why we were so quickly able to detain two people. Police were on hand within seconds or minutes and were able to observe people right after the shooting and be able to detain one and recover firearms. So that's, I think, testament to the level of service that we had out here that was ready to respond to any circumstance.
Mr. Mayor, there was two other fatalities on this beach in the last 6 months.
Let me answer him. I'm sorry, Ted, I'll answer him.
There
So,
was two fatalities on this beach.
so the gentleman's referring to a shooting some time ago on Hollywood Beach involving two homeless persons in the south end of the beach. I'm not sure I can let the police speak to whether or not that person, I believe, was apprehended.
There was two separate
yeah,
shootings. One was at Logan's, one was at Logan's, one was at Grumpy Gary's. Do you think the police presence should be stepped up, especially at night, especially now that Grumpy Gary's is closed?
Yeah, I think we should have in any public place.
Those two incidents didn't even make the news.
In any
They were homeless.
in any public place, there ought to be, of course, sufficient levels of police service. We have very public space here. We have more staff than we've ever had on the beach. If that needs to be increased, I'm willing, of course, to increase that.
Can you talk about the 5 weapons that were recovered? Kind of where were they from? What was? I think some of them were stolen.
I do not. Well, I can tell you that the police media release did indicate that 5 weapons again were discovered, 2 of which were identified so far as stolen. 1 from Texas and 1 from Miami-Dade County.
Were they all pistols?
I do not have that information.
I'm sorry if I missed
Yes.
this, but have any of the conditions of the victims changed at all? I'm not sure.
I understand from the hospital that everyone is in stable condition.
Mayor, of
4 minors and 2 adults.
the 2 people that were detained, does that include, are they part of those 3 pictures that were released?
No.
So the 3 pictures are the ones that are still outstanding. We don't know who and where they are. And the 2 other people are detained.
It's an ongoing investigation to locate them.
What are
What
the
was the
names?
altercation about?
I'm sorry?
What was the altercation about?
I do not know. I do not know.
Describe the threat level of the 3 people before. Are you worried about safety?
Certainly, when you have people who have shown themselves to behave in a certain way, you can certainly, it's certainly a priority to apprehend them, and that's all I can speak to.
Mr. Mayor, there is a woman who I interviewed before. She's in the turquoise bathing suit right there. Do you want to give us a wave? She's an expectant mother. She's delivering in October. She was here yesterday. Had to hunker down behind those walls. What do you say to somebody like that about coming back here and feeling safe?
Oh, it's certainly regretful for anyone who had to be in the vicinity of what took place yesterday. I can just imagine how unnerving, that must have been, and how scary that must have been. And we certainly expect better from our society across the country, and we have to hope that people, are more responsible in their behavior and don't dare to behave in which way those three or more behaved yesterday. Certainly, beyond irresponsible, criminal. You want to use an adjective? Pick your adjective. Thank you all so much.